Legacy Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
The one thing that I found out in my life is that God doesn't bless who you pretend to be.
Ooh.
He blesses who you really are.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of people are trying to put on a facade of who they really want to be. And I'm telling them, if you're honest with where you are right now, that's the only way you can move to where you really want to be.
Okay.
Now I'm from the Midwest. So I don't know how to get to every place, so I put it in the GPS. The first thing the GPS asks you is, can I use your location?
Okay.
And I think too many people are saying they're somewhere that they're not. And if they could actually, in 2024, say, you know what, I want to go to somewhere different, but I got to be honest about where I am right now.
Okay.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, it seems like it's been some months and Sundays, as the old folks would say, since we've been before you. But guess what? We're here in my color purple voice. I might be black, I might be ugly, but I'm here. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so great to be back with you guys tonight doing this show. I just want to remind everybody, as I often do, that if you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. It's absolutely free. And our analytics already shows us that about 80% of your viewers, 80 to 85% of your viewers are watching, but you have yet to subscribe. But you come every week and you haven't clicked that subscribe button. So what you scared of? Don't be scared. Stop shacking up. Make it official. You know what I'm saying? We'll wait. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's free. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that thumbs up, which is the like button. That shows YouTube that you like what we're doing over here and you appreciate what we're doing. They then show our material to other people with similar interests so that our family can grow. We're on the road to 100,000, 100K, and we can't do it without you. So go ahead and click the like, click the subscribe, and click the notification bell. And of course, go ahead and comment below. And when you comment below, in the comment section, we'll show your comments on the screen. We'll read your comments and respond accordingly. I'll even put the link up on the screen during the show so that for those of you who's feeling quite daring and want to come on the show live and join the live discussion, be our guest. We welcome you. You know what I'm saying? So we're here every Tuesday and every Thursday, Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, my family, my friends, my tribe, and I can't do this without them. You know, I love my tribe, my peeps. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring them forward. I'm joined tonight by none other than the very beautiful, the very lovely, the ones with the most voluptuous cakes, the juiciest rump roast. Sir Mix-a-Lot wrote a song about her and said, "Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt." Ugh. He was talking about her. This is none other than yours truly, Miss Juicy Cake.
Peace and love. How are you? Listen, I
What's going
swear
on, Juice?
I stay back there just cracking up. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. And you know,
They ain't ready.
when they see me in the street, they be like, "Boo, do that." I'm trying to get my shoes
Okay,
on.
I know that's right. And I'm also joined by none other than my little big brother. Ladies love him, girls adore him. I personally can't stand his ass, motherfucker. But nevertheless, I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. I love him dearly. My brother, Mr. Legacy the Great.
ATL in this bitch. What it
I
do?
love you. I love you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I love him, but I just can't stand him.
What's how my family doing today?
We're doing just peachy.
Oh man, I'm dog tired today, but I just did not want to miss being able to talk about this super fuck ass cop that did that young lady like that. This is crazy.
I'm
Mm.
with you there. I'm with you. I am so with you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I found the video, but I can't play it because it's a YouTube video. I was trying to find it on like Twitter or Instagram somewhere I could download it, but I can't play another YouTube video on my YouTube channel. But I haven't even looked at it. As soon as I saw that it was YouTube, I didn't even look at it. You're
I
muted,
gotta
Juice.
know that. I would have sent you the one from CNN. CNN had it just.
Definitely make it.
Woo.
But what's CNN playing it on YouTube?
But when I
Oh, I
when
didn't
I
know that.
heard about that killing of that lady earlier this month, I was kind of like, maybe, this will be something, we done seen before. We haven't seen this one before.
You know,
We had
I didn't hear about it earlier this month. So to me, my first time hearing about it was this morning. And I don't appreciate that one bit.
They brought it up.
But I think I might have been late.
what you said, Cake and Tony.
I was telling her, she said she first time she heard about it was today. I was telling her no, because you mentioned it the last time we had a show.
No, Legacy mentioned it?
Yes.
I might have been not. I might not have been on the show then. I was a little. Oh shoot! Hold on,
Yeah.
y'all.
So Tony, you wasn't able to get the video downloaded?
No, the only video I saw was a YouTube video, and I can't download YouTube videos.
I think I sent you some stuff on TikTok. Because it's I don't know if we ready, if you had something to dive into first, and let's dive into it. But in these videos, when I was watching it, because they released the body cam video. First of all, how do her name is Sandra what?
Sonya Massey.
Sonya Massey.
What's up, bro?
And we want to just, my family and I would love to just start off by just saying, my ATL family, this is I watched George Floyd die. I watched Trayvon Martin die. And there's whole lot of other people that innocent. Tamir Rice,
Corey,
um, huh?
Corey.
Yeah, Corey. You know, and this one right here reminds me a lot, makes me feel more about this situation is kind of like Corey's situation. Um, Officer came up on the scene and supposed to been there to help. But this one heard a little bit different because watching the video, I've watched this video at least 20 times a day. At least 20 times. And I started at 4:30 a.m. this morning. And let me tell you something. This man had planned to kill this lady before he went in her house.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you how. The lady, whenever she called to the police for police to come out, they already have it in the system from her having the police coming out of her house so much. They knew that she was already a little mental. See, because they also understand that really nobody has went to prison for killing someone of mental disability as of yet, not an officer. And as he beats on the door and she comes to the door, he's already screaming, "What's taking you so long?" She said, "I was trying to put on some clothes to be presentable before I opened the door." And one of the first things she said was, "Thank you, you guys. I love y'all. Thank you." That was one of the first things she said to the officers for them coming out to aid her before she allowed them to cross her threshold. In the process of them coming inside of the lady's home, the one officer is talking very aggressively. We talking about the murderer. Fuck an officer, because he's not an officer. He was a murderer. And he's asking her, "Where's your driver's license? What's your last name?" Y'all already know her last name. Because when you got to the house, you already knew who you was coming in, who lived there. Because I guarantee you, if you come, the police come to somebody's house, especially when they get a call, the algorithm with the police people, when they call, they get your address, especially if it's a house, they already know who that address is labeled to. They already know this. So as the pot is on the stove, that same officer asked her to go turn off the pot on the stove. Meaning you gave her permission to go. You gave her a command. You gave her a command. Go over there and turn that. We don't want the house to catch on fire.
Right.
As she goes around to get it, to do what the officer asked of her, the other officers shift over, and she asked him, "Why are you moving?" He say, "I'm getting out of the way of the pot with the hot water and the steam." You can tell they were joking, not the one that shot her, but the one that was with him. Him and that lady were laughing and joking. He would say he was getting out of the way of the steam. She says jokingly, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." The aggressive officer say, "What did you say?" She say, "I said I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." This motherfucker said, "Oh no, hell you did not, shoot you in your fucking face." Let me just
Isn't that
say this right quick.
premeditated? Isn't that premeditated?
Listen, this is one of the only times in my life. Hey, baby. This is one of the only times in my life that I have actually saw an exorcism. Y'all don't get that this lady told this man, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yes.
And the man say, what the hell did you say? She said, I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And all of a sudden, this man got erratic, pulled his gun out. The lady say, I'm sorry. What to do? And put her hand above her head. And this man shot this lady 3 times. Well, shot at her 3 times. Go ahead, Kate.
The written version has a whole different concept. And that's what pisses me off. Because the written version, he then makes it seem as if she did not raise her hands above her head in I surrender, but she raised the pot to throw the water. And you see, it got to our feet.
Well, watch
So,
this, Kate. That's not even it. With the written thing that you're talking about, Kate, guess what? How about the written thing stated that they tried to cover it up and say that she killed herself. And what exposed it was the coroner. After they were trying, the coroner said there's no way that she killed herself because you mean to tell me she shot herself here? I mean in the eye. The distance from the bullet to where her eye exploded let the coroner know that that's not a self murder, that somebody shot her from a distance.
Right.
They tried to hide all of it.
you know, why I'm pissed? I'm sorry that a life was taken. To me, at the same time George Floyd's life was taken, it was in the middle of our nation going through a crisis. And we were coming together as people. We didn't care about color. We weren't caring about socioeconomic statuses. We were coming together as a nation. And they used George Floyd to divide us. And today, while we're in a divide as a nation because we are being bamboozled and played like shit in our face with these two fucking options as presidency, and now they're going to bring her as the third one. And I hear everybody, and I'm like, I hate the fact that I'm a female, so I'm gonna say it, and people can look at me and say that I should be fixing another
Go on
system
and say it,
crap.
Kate, because I know what you're gonna say.
But the bitch didn't say shit July 7th, July 8th, July 9th, July 10th. She didn't say anything, but she's the district attorney, a prosecutor. And her reason that she's saying she can match Trump is because you for us? How are you for us? Because if you're for us, she would have been speaking up about this situation prior to Biden stepping down. This would have been released to the nation prior to Trump's little shit brain acting like he got his little scratch. Like, all this is fucked up. I ain't for Trump. I ain't for Biden. I'm for quit being fucking niggas. Quit being fucking black people. Be Americans and see what the real shit is and do something better than vote for her. That's where I'm at. Because
And
this right here, this is gonna create a beyond greater divide. Because with this black woman being murdered by a white man that damn near looked like Trump, did you even notice that?
a little bit.
He just ain't got red hair. Look like he a cousin.
Orange skin.
He just don't suntan.
But the I was like, this man is gonna get off this case. I'm gonna tell you
Well,
how he getting off.
he's apparently fired already, though,
Yeah,
from
he's
what I
fired.
understood.
He's fired, and he's been charged. But he's going. Let me say, him utilizing and saying from the very beginning, have you taken, how's your mental today? She says, I've taken my medication. He was testing it then. He was testing then because he wanted her on record to say
Stating
that
that she had a problem.
she had a mental issue.
Hmm.
Now, if you watch the gentleman that's with him, when the first dude, the one that shot her, pulled his gun, the other dude pulled his gun. And if you watch him, when the shooting takes place, if she was a threat, why didn't both people shoot their gun? Because the other officer didn't see her as a threat.
Right.
How many shots were fired?
3.
Okay.
All
How
3
many
from
hit
the
her?
one dude.
How many hit her?
1
Where did it hit her?
in her eye.
She, as a fellow security officer, and I'm also licensed to carry as an officer. So I don't say I'm the police, but in today's technicality, I was special police. And I am only supposed to exert the same amount of energy that's been exerted to me.
She had a pot of water. He could have shot her in the shoulder. He could have shot her in the leg.
Your
He
cam,
could have.
Down in so many ways.
But what I'm trying to get everybody to see is anytime we've seen any assassinations by officers, all officers shot that were there because all of them were saying that their life was in danger. You have
Right.
somebody in the house with the officer that's doing the shooting, and he don't administer not one bullet. He
Because he
himself
wasn't
never
threatened.
saw the woman as a threat.
Nope. And the other
And
man didn't either. He saw it as an opportunity.
he
That's
saw it as an opportunity to kill because he knows that on a jury of 12, all I need is one person to see it my way. And but this is another problem too. In the last 4 years, this man has been on to 6 different police departments since COVID. How do you get fired from 5 now 6 different police departments in 4 years?
no. How do you get fired from one and hired second?
That's what I was finna.
Because
That's what I was finna get to, Kate. Because let me show you
teacher,
something.
when you're a
When
teacher
you,
and you get fired, you
yeah,
don't get hired at another school.
and watch this. If you're in the military and you get a dishonorable discharge, you don't
Go
go
to the
to you
Navy.
don't go and sign up for the Marines. You can't go sign up for the Air Force. You can't go into the Navy, National Guards, or the Reserves.
We
You're
won't even
you're
let you
not
be a
worthy.
Coast Guard. You're not worthy.
So how do one man get 6 different opportunities when he's been fired from not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 prior in 4 years?
I
I
know
mean,
the
this man,
answer.
yeah, this.
Well, not just that. We have to go back, and that's where history repeats itself. And we got to be very mindful of what profession he's in. He's a police officer, formerly known as nigger killers.
Yep.
slave killers. Like the terminology just changed over time. But what their initial badge said is they were out for bounties on black people's head.
Yep.
They are not trained to serve and protect the people. They are
Nope.
trained to serve and protect
The government.
the badge. Well, the government, but we have to also say service to their badge, their company. They work for a company. So who they service and protect is the company. If you call them to come help you, that means you cannot handle it yourself. And so you're asking for them to intervene on your behalf and how they see best to help you. And so in this situation, he felt she couldn't help herself because she thinking people out here trying to hurt her. So let's just go ahead and take her on out.
But watch this now. Watch this, Kate. His body cam. Now, mind you, he didn't realize that the other man's body camera was on, but his body camera wasn't.
Off?
His was off.
That's illegal, right?
They're supposed to be. So when he after he shoot her, he turns on his body camera. But this is the messed up part. The gentleman who's there, the other officer, said, I gotta go to the truck to get that first aid kit. This man says, don't worry about it.
She gone.
She gone. That's a headshot, as if he was playing a video game.
Well,
the man,
the man. That,
go ahead.
he wasn't playing a video game. You have to remember what they're trained for.
Simulation.
They're not trained to shoot below the waist.
They're
trained to shoot to kill.
Yeah. Center massing up. So then the gentleman goes and come back, and they in the video, if you get a video where it's clear, where that same gentleman is up on the woman, you can see where she's hitting, he's trying to apply pressure, but you can hear the gurgling sound of her dying. And he still, you can see where the officer that the other one who shot her eventually say, eventually he says, well, let me go get something too. He spent another 6 minutes outside. The camera showed him just outside, just walking around, not trying to hurry up and get back into aid. And then you can see and hear the other guy who's in the house saying, damn, what's taking him so long? So eventually he said, the other dude says, I don't even know why. The dude shot to say, I don't even think I need to go get none of my stuff, my medical, and waste my medical stuff on her. She's gone. But at this time, she's still alive, but she's gurgling with the dude. So he eventually come in when the EMS comes in. You know, the police finally come. This is the second video. The second video shows him outside talking to the other officers. So I guess one of the captains came and asked what went on. He tells, she went over to the stove and grabbed the pot and went to lift it up just like she was going to throw it on us. Still, I'm wondering, do this man not realize that the body camera is going to show everything? So
remember, his body camera to him was off. So he don't realize it because he had it covered up.
Well, he do, because remember I told you he turned it on after he shot her. So to me alone, this is what I thought he thought was going to happen. It shows the other officer leaving to go stand to the side. To me, his intention was for that man to go clear the house make sure wasn't nobody inside the house. He thought that man was going to go clear the other back side of the house. But by the time he pulled his gun and went to saying what he said, the dude steps back in and pulls his gun. And that's when he thought that the man probably wasn't gonna even be there to catch it.
So, you know, it's funny you say that, because I thought when I was watching the video, I thought when she was saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I said to myself, I know these officers ain't coming here and trying to search her house like she got something. And like, I didn't know that she had died. I didn't know what had happened to her. When I saw they say her name, I said, okay, well, why should we say her name? So I Googled her. So I had no idea what I was about to watch. All I knew was I'm Googling Sonia Massey. Now I'm gonna tell you, I chose to Google because I know a gentleman named Stephen Massey, and he's a dancer, a choreographer, and he's very well known in the Midwest. Like how we have the Harlem School of Dance, he has the Steve Massey School of Dance in the Midwest. And in Missouri, and in this particular area where Springfield is, they do annually. He does the Wizard of Oz for with all the black kids come together and they put on a play, and they're at the K-State. So he's big time in this area. So when I saw the last name, I was like, oh my God, what happened to one of his family members? Then when I saw that, I'm like, wow. Not just, I'm thinking they're trying to criminalize her, but they unalived her.
Right. So in this video, the second video that I'm talking about, the guy is outside. The one that killed her is outside, and he says, the lieutenant asked him, "Well, what happened?" He say, "The bitch is crazy. The crazy bitch grabbed the pot." That's what he say. It's on the video, and
So he still ain't got no respect for her. He gonna call her the bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no, and the whole city should have a whole bunch of pots on the stove, boiling water, going right to his mama's house.
It's just, it's like I say, I'm a little bit appalled by the dude who was with him, because I felt like as an officer, he could have easily prevented that. He could have, I believe he could have shot the officer.
Yeah.
I believe he this is the reason why he didn't administer any bullets himself, because there was no threat.
But I honestly feel he was surprised. I don't think he thought that man was gonna shoot her either.
He was
I
a
don't think he
rookie.
saw that coming.
He has to be a rookie.
I believe he could be a rookie, but I honestly don't think he saw that coming. He wasn't sure what to read of this situation because, again, he heard the man speak. He felt everything was fine. When he stepped back in the situation, he stepped back in still as a police officer, and that's my partner.
Right.
That's why he pulled his gun. And then
but watch,
he
if you
was
watch,
there
Kate,
thinking,
if you watch, before he shot the 3 bullets, it was like a 5-second delay that he remember he said, I'll
right,
shoot you. The officer was back before he had to step back in and drew his gun too. So after he drew his gun, the lady was already going to the ground. Then he started shooting. So they zoomed in on what was in her hand. The only thing was in this lady's hands was the 2 mitts that she had.
because she had dropped the pot.
No, she had them been put the pot down. See, the thing is, when they show other footage of it, the lady had the pot sitting on the stove and her hands were off once he started cussing. That's when
It looked to
they,
me like she took the pot to the sink and like had
that's
sat
what
it on the counter.
that's what she was doing. But in the other video, by the time the police got there and everything, the other ones, the pot is no longer visible anymore. It wasn't where she had it. He had done moved it.
Try to make it seem like she threw the pot out.
Exactly. But the thing is this, I want to know who came up with the story that she killed herself. I want to know what commander, what chief, what captain, lieutenant gave the okay to go and say, let's say she killed herself. And the only
And that,
thing that was it.
when you
Go
say
ahead.
you want to know who said who put the story out there, that's why it bothers me even more, because the president's job is the head of our military, the person, the head chief security of our nation. So the president is the one who is over all of it.
Not the police. Police has its own different
Because they're
entity. The only
internal
thing that
order.
yes, but it's not this, because if that was the case, you wouldn't see so many how you see police officers um going after military personnel. Remember the one we showed with the black officer that was a lieutenant of the army, and they pulled him over at a gas station and drew his guns and stuff on him. They're not. Most of our police forces are privatized, even
Right.
though
Well, what,
they up
what
on the. Go ahead.
what I'm getting at is not a matter of who the president's over. If they're over the police, they're over the people. So at a time when one of the people who you're supposed to be protecting, meaning a citizen, gets unalived by a private entity, because now that's your affiliate. When the police is the affiliate to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So when your affiliates break y'all's agreement for friendship, what is allegiance, how do you not show up? How do you, like Biden's speech when he finally addressed the situation after all of this was let out, after he stepped down? He said he is proud of how the police department handled. He thinks they did a good job on how they handled the situation. That's what I want to say. So how do you feel they did a good job? If we, who are you, Matlock Legacy,
Uh-huh.
Perry Mason? What's your nickname? How we gonna be on here and figure out in a matter of less than 30 minutes all these context clues, but them people right there on the scene can't do it.
Because it goes back to what you said about 10 minutes ago, Kate, about the fraternal order. Even if we go back in history, I want to just show you, Kate, that our government don't control the sheriffs and the police departments, because even when segregation and integration was started and they was trying to integrate black kids and stuff into white schools, the police, if the president was over them or because they was affiliates, were not doing what the president was telling them to do. This is why the president had to deploy the National Guards and the reserves into Mississippi and Alabama and things of this nature, because the president couldn't tell what the sheriff what to do or the police chief what to do. And that's why once they came in, the National Guard took over the jurisdiction of the town. And they were Tony. I know good and well.
Go ahead, we'll get her.
I know good and well.
Keep on. Keep on. We gotta keep on going. You and I.
But so we could always see that the president doesn't really control our military. I mean, doesn't really control the local and city and county police officers and sheriffs and stuff. But I mean, to be honest, I really do believe in, and I think they're just trying to ignite a white, black, brown war amongst each other so they can go ahead with their agenda. And it's horrible. This is a horrible thing.
I
And
agree that I feel they're trying to ignite a war, a brown and white war, but I also think that this was a puppeteer move. They're playing on people's minds and what people know. Like there's so much when we talk about what's the government like. Okay, this is what's being done. Now, what's really being done behind the scenes? Like, yes, Sonia Massey is a person, a beautiful soul that did not deserve what happened to her. But why today was it released? You want to know why?
can't hear you, Kate.
Can't hear me?
You keep going, you'll come in loud and then you'll go out low.
That's because of what I was saying, and you know how they do us.
You're right. So try it again.
So, so I was saying a lot of times these things happen, and I said in the whoever didn't hear me because I want it to be known that I give my complete condolences and respect to her family, and I'm glad that this beautiful woman had the opportunity to bless the world, however she did, and it's sad that it was taken from her short like this. But whatever they're hiding, she had to be a great somebody to be able to be used to cover up what they're trying to keep people from seeing. And I don't say that this greater vision or greater topic, like something is greater. I'm saying what they don't want people to pay attention to. Right now, we're at a war with the Israelis and over in Gaza and Palestine. However, we're honoring and welcoming the Israeli prime minister into our country today. He arrived.
Did you see where the Speaker of the House for the United States of America said that if any senator or congressman oppose or talk any way against this prime minister, that he will have them arrested?
Did you see the video that I sent to you explaining why we feel the way we feel as a nation about the Israelis?
No, I didn't get it, Cake, unless you sent it in the group.
It's in the group. And so when you get an opportunity, you can go back. And that's one thing that I think people really need to pay attention to and learn. History, again, repeats itself. And I want to go back to a history lesson we went and we talked about months ago. We were talking around Christmas time. And we were talking about why are Black people suffering the way we're suffering. And one of the things we said was back when Jesus was alive, so they say, we're the ones who killed him.
Right.
And the curse lays on generation after generation after generation after generation to the people who killed Jesus.
Right.
So as history repeats itself, and we're now at this time of right now, we're killing Jesus' people again. Supplying the means for it to be done. And it makes me so much wonder how we are a Christian nation willing to kill and support people who are doing what we don't want to be done. But the thing of it is how many people really know the truth? How many people really know the history behind the relationships that we have, these allies that we formed back in the 1948s when we were born in 1970 and beyond, you know? So if we don't know what happened back then, we won't know what's going on now. And the bigger picture is the protection that they were given, the Israelis, so
But
that they can
the thing
go
that I
ahead.
found out, the thing that I found out about that, and I just found this out recently, is that Israel was never a country.
Never.
The country, even in Africa, the country itself was never a country called Israel.
Mm-mm.
And the reason this came about, I want to say that the country may have been labeled and named Israel like in 1947 or something.
1948.
48. And now the United States supports it because if you look at where Israel is, you will see that it sits center line to where, and Uganda, the America has the opportunity through Israel to be able to have its troops in great position to be able to strike any other country from that country.
Right.
And this is why the Iron Dome was placed in Israel. All that money to create the Iron Dome and all of that was placed over there because this is where most of our American millionaires and multi-billionaires and stuff like that have their money at. This is the place where most of our people, our government hides all the stolen money that it takes from its American people in this country or this fake corporation, because it's not a country, it's a corporation.
Right.
And it's sad, but when I seen them say that the Speaker of the House told the congressmen, the Senate people that if you guys oppose anything that this man say today or talk against it, that you will be arrested. That doesn't sound like a republic. That sounds like someone who has tremendous power and dictatorship. That sounds like somebody who is telling you you're gonna agree with whatever it is he say, or go to jail, or die.
You know what the crazier part of it is Harris's husband.
Oh yeah.
And so I think today is like our only opportunity because we have like on the radio, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore past this unless we have it on the show, because this is what I'm here for on the show, is to just talk about things. But it should be exposed because a lot of people are seeing things and they're covering up, and like that position about her signing off as a prosecutor, a district attorney, and signing off and putting a lot of people in jail for marijuana. And Tony had sent a video, and the video talked about the man was like, I ain't like her for all these years, so I decided, you know what, let me look up for myself to see exactly how many thousands of people did she incarcerate. We let people tread and do whatever they want to do, and we think because the nation got say we're gonna go with 1 billion, one person don't matter.
Right.
But if 1 billion DNA cells make up a person and one drop matter, one person matters.
Exactly.
So even if she sent one person to prison in a state where the shit is legal. And I am a nutritionist. I have gone to school and I have studied. And in my studies, I had to learn all the things that I needed to learn in order to help the people that I chose to help. And so she proudly talks about how she stepped into the position that she's in to help the people because there were nobody like us. Then at that time, when you have a position so heavily weighted that you can help the people like us, and you know the benefits of marijuana, how do you even convict one person?
Well,
Let
the
alone
funny
2, 3, 4, 5, 10.
the funny thing to me is when I think about, you talking about the marijuana and things of that nature, I think about how hypocritical she really is when you was asked, have you ever tried marijuana? And you state, yes, you've tried it on a few occasions, but it wasn't for you. So if it was for you, you wouldn't have opposed it. But since you don't like it, you send niggas to jail who smoke it. And so it's just crazy to me. And like I say, um, the whole setup and layout of why she's in this position where she's at now is because yes, Biden did need to step down. Just for health reasons alone, he needed to step down to get himself together. But they
Did he
had
step down out the race or as president?
out the race.
So
He's not.
tell me why he ain't stepped down as president. If he endorsed her so much, why are you still in office?
Well, I mean, I wish I knew the answer to that, but this is what I want to say. The
I
reason
want
why
Biden to tell me.
they endorsed Kamala Harris is because over the last 18 months preparing for this election, the Biden Harris campaign has raised over 300 some $1 million for the election. And when Biden stepped down, if they would not have allowed Kamala Harris to be the person that they endorsed, and let's say they did an open debate between all the Democratic candidates to see who the people want as the candidate, the $300 million that they raised in that campaign would have been a no. Everybody would have had to start back from grassroots, the very bottom, building campaigns and going and doing rallies and all and this and this and that. So they
Wouldn't
wanted.
have been able to bequeath that to anybody else.
No, you can't allocate it to no other. They have to start from the very bottom.
Okay.
And they knew doing that would give Trump too much of a head start to ever come back from. So, and they would have lost the $300 million. So this is why she's the face now, because she has access to the $300 million and nobody else wouldn't have had it. So they had to put her in the spot. But there's a lot of Democrats.
She haven't accepted it.
Huh?
She haven't accepted the nominee.
Well, she's supposed to be doing that, I think, Thursday.
I thought she did.
Well, for her to address the nation to be Thursday, where she'll say to the nation, because all they doing now is saying that Biden endorsed her.
Right.
Well,
right.
She did speak, say that she was honored and she was going to live up to the honor, and she could match Trump. So she already accepted it. She addressed the nation.
Well, the official one will be Thursday, I want to say. But let me tell you something. All Trump had to do, All Trump have to do is contact me and allow for me to come and run some questioning for Kamala Harris. Right now, I was watching it today, a black guy that she held had charged, sent to prison, and he was found guilty on a charge that he didn't do. She was withholding evidence to let the man free. They had to go to the Supreme Court of California for the Supreme Court of California to make her release this information. Several dudes were on death row that she was withholding information from, and the Supreme Court had to intervene and make her do what she's supposed to do as an attorney general of the state. And we want somebody like her being in position of the presidential seat. And it bothers me. And like you said, Cake, earlier, we don't have great candidates to choose from either way. But it bothers me that Negroes, blacks, whatever you want to call them, cannot see past the ploy that they are playing on black votes. They're preying on black unintelligent women to come out and just vote black because she's black, or she looks black because she's not black. She has no black in her. But they're playing to the
some people
heartstring. Hold
call
on.
Jamaicans black.
Well, listen, that may be true, but she don't line herself up with the regular black people. So you're telling me
I'm black in Indian. She say I'm Jamaican in Indian.
I'm Jamaican. She's never said she's a black American. And when I watch videos of her, when people ask her questions like, if you became president, would you do something for black people? And she says on national television, do you think I'm gonna go out and just do something or I'll do something for black people? No, I will not just do something for black people. What I would do is something for all the people that black people will be able to benefit from. So, but then I sit back and I think about for the LGBT community, a bill was passed to protect them. I watched an Asian bill passed strictly for Asian people, to where Asian people benefit from laws that protect them. And you telling me that you cannot get on TV and say that if you in a seat as a black sister who understands the struggle as a black person or a black woman or a woman in general, that you wouldn't fight for a bill for African Americans to have protection.
Even worse than that. Let me get back on camera. Even worse than that. Tell me how there is a bill out, the George Floyd bill, and it does not get voted in. But the president can say after he decides he's gonna endorse her, and after Sonia Macy gets killed, now we need to implement the George Floyd bill.
It's funny, Kate.
That whole statement right there was saying, you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
And that's the thing, Kate, that I'm talking about.
That thing right there is playing on all these people whole cards. It don't make no sense.
It's funny to me that
Vaseline, like so blatant.
It's funny to me that
people out here like, yes.
It'd be funny to me that they just pulled the same card to play again on black folks that they played with the George Floyd bill. Oh, you get me in here, I promise you we gonna we're gonna get the George Floyd bill passed. We almost at 4 years. After the first 3-4 months of him being in office, the George Floyd bill went before Congress and the Senate. It was shot down, and nobody talked about the George Floyd bill again until we talking about Sonya Massey. So,
Right. How many people done been killed and murdered?
plenty. So Tony, I don't know which direction politically you're gonna go in, because that's your personal choice. But I always hear
And
you.
we're not asking.
I always hear you. Go deep and feel a certain type of way about Trump, and we all on here are not. I want to say Trump supporters, but I'm not anti-Trump. But I would like to hear your view on Kamala Harris.
Well, I don't know too much about Kamala. I just know of Trump. And that I know of Trump allows me to say that I know I don't want to vote for Trump.
So, meaning that you would be
But then since
willing.
you don't know that much about her and you know you don't want to vote for him, what makes you say you still want to participate in the
Exactly.
election?
Because like I said, because of what I do know about him, I'll vote for a box of Tide or a mosquito before I vote for Trump.
Well, if that's
So
the
you're
case,
gonna vote to put somebody there so he won't be able to be there. That's your purpose of voting.
Correct.
so let
Okay,
me
so
ask you
how many
this.
other options are there?
I'll vote for any one of your children before I vote for Trump.
Write me in.
But
Put me in.
let me. And I gotta ask this question because I think you're too educated of a man to make an uneducated thought like that. So I would lean more to what Juicy say, and you have enough time from now to the day you go sign and scribble who you're gonna vote for to get educated enough on why would you yourself prefer to continue to shit on and place someone in a position that still doesn't really give a damn about you. So
Trump
when
don't give a damn about me.
Let me do something different. The presidential election is a gimmick.
all day,
It's a ploy. It's an opportunity to give the people a hope,
an
to
illusion of
that
choice.
their voice matters. When true and all, the voice that matters is the Congress. The president works for the Congress. The president has a job and a job description that he must follow out, or she, whoever holds that position. And what they're hired to do, that's why we were able to have an actor as a president, because anybody can do this.
Yep.
All you got to do is do the job. The job is what we fucking tell you. Now, what we got here in front of us is two different people, and the way they gonna give you what you're supposed to be told. Because according to the Geneva Convention, you have to be informed of what we're going to do to you before we do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to either choose this orange white man who going to be the whistleblower and tell you what we going to do to you. The way he going to tell you might make you hurt, your feelings hurt, because he don't like you. You ain't got enough money to fuck with him. You a peon to him. He gonna treat you just as that and play in your face with vote for me because this is what they want to do, and I'm gonna let them do it, because you know what? I want the people with the money to be here. I don't need y'all here. We need to get rid of y'all so we can keep making more money. I feel y'all on that. The same time, you got the other person who say, pay me, so I can have enough money to be able to be the same type of person who wants to be here, the person with the money. And I'll go ahead and make sure that all these people who ain't got what they need vote for me so that I can make the money to be one of the richest people so I can still be here and we can do away with them. Project 25 gonna happen whether you like it or not, if that's what the agenda is. So
And
you
it's not,
can't
and
vote.
it's not a, and it's not a Trump agenda. It's a societal agenda.
That's my
It's the
point.
Republican agenda.
It's
No, it is
it's
a
the
societal
Congress
agenda.
agenda.
No, because everyone who drafted and put it together was Republicans.
Did you see a Republican put it together?
But they talked about who all put each part together.
They listen. You can, Tony, I love you, bro, but
I can't
I need
argue that
you,
because I don't know who drafted or who put it together.
and I don't know it. And this is why. This is what bothers me, is because all someone has to do.
Does this
Because
election change the Congress?
it
Does this
doesn't.
election change the Congress?
No,
Does this election change the Congress?
no, ma'am.
So then that right there don't even matter, Tony.
None of it matters.
I'm gonna tell you, our heat is our air conditioner is out. And I told the people when I saw the air conditioners out downstairs, the building, they had a truck outside for air conditioning and heating. So when they came in, they put this big old exhaust thing. So I'm thinking, okay, they worked on it, it's fine. I go upstairs, go to sleep, wake up hot, air's still not working. So I look and I see my thermostat is out. So I tell them, I think my air is not working because my thermostat is out. At this time, the maintenance people come in and they say, your thermostat broken. Who knocked it off the wall? That don't even motherfucking matter. Because I didn't do it.
Who what?
He said, the maintenance guy said, who knocked the thermostat off the wall? I don't know. I wasn't here. I don't know what happened. I just know it's warm. He says, nah, come on. Be honest. Tell the truth. One of the kids did it. I am being honest. I was not here. I do not know. And who knocked it off the wall isn't fix it. That doesn't matter. What is it's broken and the air is not working. In order for the air to work, you've got to fix the thermostat, not find out who knocked it off the wall. I hope you got that, because it's not a matter of who's delivering and who wrote the plan. If right now who's in Congress is the Republican and this is their plan, then who's getting hired is who's going to live out that plan.
Okay, the Republicans are not in control of Congress.
Well, okay. Well, then how
Congress,
can that plan take effect?
Congress is dominated by the Democratic Party. They have the House, they have the lead votes, and the Senate is dominated by the Democratic Party, with Kamala Harris as vice president being the deciding factor, because they're 50-50 and Kamala Harris being the divided factor. See, but this is what bothers me. And I'm gonna say this. Hold on. This is what bothers me. It's the idiotic, uneducated, uninformed decision making by us that think that it's just best to vote because we've been conditioned and trained to only vote Democrats because we're black. Do you know it is a smack in the face to hear black folks say, I don't know much about her, but she black. I don't know much about him. He black. I'm gonna put him in the office because he black. I ain't never had a black president. We ain't never had a white woman as president either. But you're telling me that not you, just you, Tony, I'm talking about all these people. And it hurts even more when I stand with educated individuals who make ill-advised, uneducated decisions. And then instead of saying right now, I can't say who I'm gonna vote for because I don't know. I know what Trump has done, but I need to dive into what this person that they're putting in front of me as the contender for for presidency. Let me see what I can find out about her. But most people don't want to find out about her because if they do that, you will see the evilness in that individual and you will look at them the same way that you look at Trump.
What was wrong with Cornel West?
I don't know nothing about Cornel West. I mean, he old as shit.
What? I mean, but wasn't he running?
No, these folks always throw people on the fire to say this and say that. They would never let a pro-black person run for presidential seat. The closest pro-black person you ever seen to run for a presidential seat is Jesse Jackson. And when his wife got threatened, said they'll kill her, that she made him drop out in '88 when he ran against Michael Dukakis. So I don't want to hear this uneducated stuff about people talking about, oh, I'm gonna just vote for her because she's black. You voted for Barack Obama twice, 2 terms, 8 years. 2 terms.
I'm talking about.
Hold on.
I hate that we're the victim of misinformation in our community. Kamala Harris, for years, I've been told, hey, she put thousands of black men in jail unjustly for marijuana charges. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. So for years, I didn't like her because of that. Then last night, because I was bored, I sat down and I said, well, how many thousands? 10, 20, 30,000 dudes? So from 2004 to 2010, Kamala Harris was the district attorney for San Francisco. And in that time, she had several convictions for marijuana charges. Her total amount was 1,956 people. And you might say to yourself, that's not thousands. I know, because even less actually went to jail. The number was 45. So for years, we've been told, hey, she's locking up black men left and right unjustly for weed charges, when in fact, not really. Now, I will say, in 2010, when the bill came up for them to legalize weed, she sat on the sidelines. 2016, she did the same. She didn't come forward and speak publicly about it until 2018. So just to give you a little fact checking, Kamala Harris isn't responsible for locking up thousands of black men for weed. I don't even know where that came from. And I tell you right now, honestly, it came from the internet. Somebody told me, I heard it, I didn't do any research, and I just ran with it. And that's my fault. So hopefully you learn something and you don't do the same. Let's go, Kamala.
Hold on, I have another video that I thought was kind of comical, but yet true. I think I mentioned it to Legacy about the Republican convention. Check this out.
So an executive of the gay dating app Grindr says the Republican National Convention is basically Grindr's Super Bowl. Put that in perspective when you think about all of the legislation that Republicans invest in that are anti-gay. Undercover. Word on the streets is it was so much traffic in Milwaukee on Grindr that the app shut down. Think about that. The individuals that literally are able to get their constituents all riled up because they trying to oppose homosexuality is engaging in the homosexuality. I'm not trying to engage, homophobic innuendos. My politics is very inclusive. My motto is some of us ain't free, then none of us ain't free. But this still reminds me of the time that the anti-LGBTQ politician in Ohio resigned after he got caught doing you know what with a man in his office. Now, I don't know if he was doing the bending or getting bent, but listen, man, it still reminds me that a lot of times the homophobia or the homo negativity usually is coming from inside the house. You know what I'm saying? It's usually some type of way for you to deal with something that you can't deal with. And now, get me straight. All homophobics is not down low gay people. You know what I'm saying? I want to be clear on that. Some people just really have a disdain towards people that are same gender loving. And I'm not trying to conflate everybody that is a hater of same gender loving people as being homophobic or as being down low. You know what I'm saying? But just keep this in mind, though, when y'all start going to the polls and you thinking about how the conservative party is supposed to save you from all the progression in the LGBT community, did what they're doing in private. In public, they saying a lot. But in private?
I thought that was quite humorous that the Republicans are so pro God, pro Bible, anti gay, blah 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 blah. But yet during the Republican convention, the gay app Grinder was blowing the fuck up in that city because on the app it shows you what city is active, and it was so active to the point where it even shut the app down a couple of times. They had to reboot it and call
4 times.
Right. So it's like they were doing their thing. I thought that was so hilarious.
The app. What's the app about?
It's a gay dating app. And during the Republican convention, the app shut down because that city was too active on the app.
So while people were out there visiting and on the convention, they were also looking for people to hook up with.
Looking for the homosexuality. But they're supposed to be so anti-gay.
I mean, I can see how somebody would want to attach that to the Republican Party, but we don't know that for sure.
Well,
but the thing of it is, hold on. Let's not even do this to them.
A convention goes on in a city. That many people is in that city. All of a sudden, because on the app you see this, you can see the city. You can see.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying is.
Now all of a sudden that city is blowing the fuck up.
Yeah.
But don't blow for that for 3 days.
But you got to understand that what these people are doing when they are working is they're doing a job. And maybe for that job to be for that state, these are the provisions that we have to send out. But when they go home, they still Johnny, Mark.
I don't know what's going on with Juicy.
What you mean what's going on with me?
Your voice, you going in and out. I don't know if you the location or not.
Oh man. It might just be what I'm saying.
Okay. The AI don't want you to say it.
Yeah. but I mean for real, because I was saying that you got to be mindful that these people they're doing a job. When they are politicians, they are doing a job. They are being paid to do what they do. But who they are don't mean that's their job. So we look to these people to have this, and this is who they are. They might be for save Free Willy. At the same time, they going fishing.
Right? Listen, another video I found that I thought was quite comical. There was I showed Juicy earlier. There was a lady. She was her boss, or not her boss, her company. They had
oh Lord,
a corporate Zoom meeting. She forgot to turn her camera off.
Yeah, you talking about? Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, we could do that. 5 minutes. So you'll have 5 minutes. Again, there's no word on slides, but just be aware. You don't want to have so many words. It's more so how you describe the story.
Mama was getting it in.
So my thing is, she works for that company, right?
Yes.
She needs to be fired.
Cause she fucking on the job.
Yep. And now she has.
But she's home.
No. If you're doing that, she was. I guess whatever she was at, she had to do a better job of respecting that. Because if that was me, Mr. Williams, you're fired.
You know what? The thing of it is this is a hard thing for wives if she's married, because you have your husband and he come home and he want what he want. You're not supposed to be like no.
No, that's not true, Juicy. That's not true.
Yes, because while you're on the Zoom, you're working.
But
exactly, meaning that the time should be for your job, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well,
so at 9 o'clock at 9 o'clock in the morning, Tony, when you open up at 9 o'clock in the morning, it don't matter if anybody come to that door or call you and say, Tony, I need to holler at you right quick. Is it by business? What you tell them?
I open at 10. Come on
Open
in.
up at 10. He don't care who it is. I open up at 10.
Now hold on. Say you open up at 10. You open at 10, 10:30, 11, 11:15. Ain't nobody come yet. And you ain't expecting nobody. But you know that you gotta do something by 11:45. And then your man come in, or your woman, Legacy, but whomever come in, let me get a quick one. Let me get it real quick. Or you want it. Let me get it real quick. And it go a little longer.
It was clear.
And
Hold
hold
on.
on. Go ahead. It was clear.
Hey, it was clear. And it would have been fine if she had a, do what we do, which is this. And if she didn't do her due diligence, if she didn't do her due diligence, that's why I was finna say, if she didn't do her due diligence to make sure that she wasn't exposing herself to this, then that means that obviously she didn't want her job. And her husband didn't want her to have it either.
Exactly.
Nah, I agree. I'm just trying to help the sister out. Like, oh my goodness.
But that's the thing. We have to, and that's why I went straight to Tony. You always trying to be. You always trying to be to help them sisters. But that's why I went back to Tony, because I know how Tony do with work. I'm talking about Tony. The people come. Listen, I don't even have my sign up outside. This is Tony. He don't even have his sign on the door until 9:59, and then he walking from the door when it's turning 10 o'clock. Because because he's professional. She was professional.
Oh Lord.
She was professional.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, once you realize that you had them been seen, y'all might have went on ahead and just busted out and did it for real right then. Your job over with.
Yep.
You might have gone and make you a little change off of this because your job done.
She is making some change. Who put it out there?
Yeah, she was on the clock. She was getting paid.
Yeah, they finna take all that back.
I'm saying she went viral now.
Yeah.
Might go ahead and make it y'all career. Get your OnlyFans page now.
Okay.
Can they take it back? Because she was clocked in.
That's exactly why she fired, because she was doing something else on the job. She was pitching woo.
Just throwing it back. She was looking back at it.
Yeah, he wasn't putting it deep enough. She supposed to be,
That what you would have been doing? That's legacy style. Well, maybe he ain't got enough to go deep.
He got enough for her to keep letting her get it, though. She was willing to lose her job and everything behind that.
I'm about to say maybe he paying for it.
Okay.
Can't you crazy?
Hey.
Listen, there's a German lady that has gone viral for her comment towards black women. And I'm gonna play the video, but since this video here that I'm gonna show you, since this video has come out, there's been several black ladies that have posted videos to rebuttal her, to go against what she was saying. But check this out. This is what a German lady had to say pertaining to black women.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity, because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him, because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak, and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him, you know? Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially Black American family, has barely a family unit. You know, there is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown, because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
So basically what she's saying is based on how she treats and cater to the Black man, the Black women is no competition to her. And since this video has come out and gone viral, God knows how many Black women have put out videos, I guess, to combat against her.
Go ahead, Kate.
Go ahead, Legacy. No, go ahead.
No. I want your woman's opinion first.
Hold on, I'm texting. Go ahead first.
Okay. We've had a show before where I'm gonna say this. I've had an opportunity to work with Cake. I've had an opportunity to work with Alma. I've had an opportunity to work with Savage. Now, out of Cake, Savage, Alma, Cake was the more, or is the more, as of late, until as of maybe about a year. Cake always had this soft, feminine energy more than Teama or Savage at this time. But as I got to know Savage and Teama, they both have a large feminine energy in them that you wouldn't see unless you got to know them, because they have a harder outer shell, and they all are nurturers to men. They just not nurturers to every man they run into. And not saying Cake, but when I hear the lady say about the nurturing, it made me think about, even when it comes to men, all men are not providers. All men are not leaders. All men are not what we're supposed to be. And it comes from the family background of not having the image of a woman, for a woman to know femininity and feminine energy. Most Black girls are not taught how to cater to Black men or men in general. Well, let's just say Black. Most Spanish women, European women are taught this, but just like our women are not so much taught this, because we do have the most broken homes, family not together. Boys are not taught how to be men either. We don't have where you got the granddaddy and teaching young boys, and the daddy teaching young boys how to fix on cars. And read that, Tony.
Angus Brooks says there is some truth to what she said. Most men love to be catered to. Exactly.
Right.
They want to be treated like a king in their castle.
Exactly. But this is why it's not it's definitely it's you. I can see it from both sides because as a black male, until I got to be maybe 14, 15, I never had a man in my life until my stepfather came and showed me what it was to have the image of a man in my household. So if I had a sister that lived in the home with me, so sad. Lord have mercy. If I'd have had a sister in the house with me for a long time, my sister never would have had an opportunity to learn how to be feminine and be in her femininity because my mama had to be the head of our household because there was no man in the house. So if I would have had a sister in the house, she would have only got a little portion of that. Towards the same time I would have known what it was to be a man. This is when I actually had the opportunity to see my mama in her feminine energy because my daddy stepped in and lightened the load on my mama. So that's when I started to be able to see the feminine energy in my mama. But we have to understand that because of the black family unit, because most black girls don't get to see their dad loving on their mama. You know, mama in the kitchen, daddy come behind her, kiss on her neck at the stove. Girl, I appreciate you in here doing this for me. They don't get to see that. I didn't get to see it for a long time. So, you know, when I hear people, she probably right because she probably came from, and as she said a family unit. She said, because that means, and if she's Spanish or whatever nationality she was at that in this video,
German.
you know, most of them live together. Most of them do things as a family unit. Grandmama still live in the house. Mama still live in the house. And now here's this lady. So you have all the things the innate things that you need in life to create a palace because now everything is not on one person. So she may be able to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most black women can't have or cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for their man and cater like that because they at work too. She probably don't even work. And I don't believe she went and got a busted, disgusted Negro and turned him into a Prince Charming.
True.
She didn't do that. Because if you just busted and disgusted and you can't do nothing for yourself, I can't see her picking up this frog and kissing it and turning it into a prince.
True.
She saw something in him, and what if she's basically saying, because she said the pretty much the blue collar man, if she's saying that, then if she's in another country, that's why she said travel. His $70,000-$80,000 in your country, he lives like a king. Because in America, $60,000-$70,000, women may not look at you like that, and that has nothing to do with black women. That has something to do with mostly all women who look at a alpha male as somebody making six figures. So Cake is back. I want to hear what she has to say.
Well,
Cake
you know, you said a lot of what I was gonna say. Well, first it was gonna be, bitch, who the fuck are you? If you don't take your ass back somewhere and sit the fuck down, we don't want that nigga
y'all,
with you.
this ain't the feminine juicy. I was telling y'all about the feminine juicy that started 2 years ago. She don't really exist anymore.
Yes, I do. Because the reason why I do is because I cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my husband. We sat down, and my children and I, to this day, without a husband, sit down and have family time and eat dinner together. And I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my family. You just a damn woman like the rest of us women are. And Legacy, you're absolutely right. Some women have choices and choose to go to work and do a lot more than just be at home making family time.
Yep.
So she
Some
need to
women
shut
don't
the
have
fuck up.
no choice but to do it.
Because get like
Well,
me. I
well,
do it without a man.
we're assuming that she's a homebody because she didn't say that she don't work. She just said that.
No. I'm not assuming that she doesn't work. What I'm saying is you're doing what a woman is supposed to do.
Right, and that's
And
what she's
I'm
saying.
American.
That's what she's saying.
And
Black
I'm
women won't.
American. And as a Negro, I do it.
I think a lot of people
So I'm
who
going to
don't.
speak up for all the other Americans, whether we do it or not. You ain't the only one. Hope. I don't like how people come and try to like put people down.
Snoop
Also,
say,
a lot of disloyalty makes things tough.
well, Snoop, I'm gonna say this. You know I respect you, my guy. I think it's disloyalty. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It's high everywhere. We're in a state right now where loyalty and trust is on the back burner. By if we talking on a large scale, that you'll find out that most people have stepped outside of relationships, marriages, things of this nature. Not saying that there aren't people that haven't, because there are some people that may have not. But at the end of the day, I think what she was getting at is that she's saying, without saying it, that most of our sisters are very ornery, very loud, boisterous, sometimes too annoying for it. Because if we take, let's just take hood. When you around hood black women, hood white women. I don't know if I even throw Spanish because I ain't never seen a hood Spanish chick yet, but I'm sure they're there. You
Yeah.
you 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 de- you definitely know when you are around them because they are the loudest things in the area.
Mhm.
You
But
can be
you
quiet
also
and be hood.
but you also know when you are in the presence of a lady. And the reason you know that is because they're looking back at those loud hood chicks like, and you're representing me. The same way I look at ignorant young black men that don't want to change. And I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta be, doing all that. People see you, man, they need to feel me. You know what I'm saying? It's across the board. We as a whole, black men and black women, have to reevaluate what our image is of ourselves and how we want to be predicted. And you don't have to be loud to be heard. You don't have to be loud to even be seen. The aura of a woman. Did you hear what I say? I ain't say the aura of a whore or a slut or a bitch or a thought pocket or
All of
Megan
them are
Need.
still women.
Hold on. No. That's you see how people classify that as a whole? That's the number one problem. You have to separate uh niggas from black people. You have to separate peckerheads from the good white people, the bad Hispanics from the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Everybody has a class. It does not matter that you're human. If you yourself line up with these individuals right here that are of the badness, we should classify you so we can know who you are.
No,
Give a
I
damn that.
don't disagree with that. But what I mean is that is okay. Just as they're that type of woman, there's someone condoning that behavior, or that woman wouldn't exist. That woman is created by a man.
Okay,
So
but she
that
most
means there's a man who is just as whorish as she is. So we got this realm, these are these people. Other people gonna be other types.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
you can't sit there
racist.
and talk and act like right, but you can't make it seem
Can't make it seem what, Kate?
loyalty. You made a very good point.
I would like to hear
That
it
we're
because
all the same because the reason why I say that, can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you now.
You made a good point. You made a point and you said about where she's from and where other cultures these people are from. Their culture has them idolizing and more so men authority before themselves. Like some places they're killed, they're beat if they don't see this man, don't speak, walk behind. So we don't know their religion, their culture, what their beliefs are. But she stated in my family where how I was raised.
Angus Brooks says this German woman has an insight that many black women don't have or capitalize on when they see or have a black man. Sisters treat black men based upon what they have seen, experienced, and told. So they become a product of their environment.
So that's what I was saying.
Right.
So when you and how I know Tony and Kate, I remember I've told this story about how I had the Spanish family that lived when y'all brought me the stuff when I had COVID. When I saw I had a Spanish family across the street. Right. I had a Spanish family that lived next door to me. And it was like 5 men and 5 women and some children. Tony, on everything I love, I never heard an argument. I never seen them outside loud, boisterous. Now, this is being done in the United States, so we're not saying it's being told or being done in another country.
Right.
So it's being done here. And I'm watching how the men go to work, and I'm watching how the 3 women would get up and go to the grocery store and come back with damn near $10,000 worth of groceries, seemed like it. And the children were well behaved. Now that's from my right and in front of me. And living next door to them for 4 years, Tony. I never heard these people argue. We talking about 5 men, 5 women living in a house together with at least 6 children. And you're telling me that all these women did were cater to their husbands. How is it that most of the time, not all the time, I want everybody to hear me, most of the time, we see in our black neighborhood, black women either going through something where they all outside, men catching, and what is it that we're
men catching their attitudes,
yeah,
jealousy.
all of that you saying, Kate.
Because those are triggers. Those are
Yes.
triggers that make the black woman be how she is.
But I'm not saying that I'm not. Go ahead, Tony.
I think what it is because some black women, in many cases have been the only person in the household, the sole breadwinner. So she should be the father and the mother. And because she's been so dominant and so independent and so headstrong for so long, when a good man comes along and wants to step into that,
she don't know how to relinquish the power.
Right, she don't know how to release some of that power because she's had to have that power for so long.
But when you say a good man come in and step in, describe or define that, because once the man is in her home,
let me finish.
Do you mean in her home living with her?
Okay. You said describe a good man. I can't describe it. Only she can describe it because a good man to certain women is a different thing. So what she defined to be a good man, when he comes along, she don't know how to relinquish some of that power. And when I say only she can define what a good man is, because what's good to her may not be good to the next woman.
The
Right.
only reason why I say that is because I'm a woman, a black woman. I'm single, and plenty. I think good men come my way. And one thing they want me to do is relinquish my power. But what you bringing for me to relinquish?
Why is he in your area or your space if you
Hold
don't
on,
see
no,
him
no,
as
no,
a
no, 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 no. That's why I asked, what do
But
you
based on
mean
what you just
by
said, based on
where?
what you just
Because
okay,
these people aren't in my area
but based on
or
what you just said,
space.
Juicy,
They're just in my energy.
Juicy, you've already classified him as a good
No,
man. So if he's a good man, what's the problem with relinquishing some power?
That's what she said.
but what? And that's why I asked you, what do you mean by power? I
He
asked you
gave
to
you.
explain,
That's based on,
elaborate,
and
so
that's
I can
based on you.
understand.
He gave you. That's what he said. Is to each woman is based off of what she's willing to deal with and what she classifies as a good man. Because Tony has say he's seen women that he know that would think that if a man didn't beat on her, that he didn't love her.
Right. So, and that's what she considered a good man. I mean, that beat on her. So, good man is based on the individual woman. So based on you, you said a good man came along. So then you've already classified him as a good man. So if he's a good man and he wants you
Not
to
just
relinquish,
say man. I say he's. I was saying he's a man. He's a good man. Not classifying like this is a good man. I don't see. That's why I'm asking you. I don't see good man.
okay.
Until
Then
you
if you
my
don't see him as
husband.
a good man, then don't give him no power.
My husband is a good man.
But you gave
That's
him
what I
some
see as a
power.
good man. And when he's my husband and he's in my home, like Legacy was saying, why would you bring him in your? We would have in our home, not my home. You get what I'm saying? In our home, then yes, you relinquish power. But see, these men aren't trying to establish the home in order to have the power. They want to establish a relationship and they want to establish power and authority before creating the foundation. So I
Cake, I'm gonna
hear
say,
what the sister wrote in the thing, and I agree with her. And even what this lady said in this video, yes, this is a great way to be to the man. But how many black men are really trying to receive that from a sister? Because in order to receive it, they got to give that same. And they not
hold
giving
on,
that. They not
hold on for a minute,
trusting
Cake.
these women. They thinking
Cake,
these women got to go work. They got to still pay their bills. They got to,
Cake,
I ain't going to do all this. I ain't going to do all
Cake.
that.
I love you. I love you. You know
But
I
it's
do, girl.
true.
But
It's
I'm gonna say this.
true.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And if a woman but first of all, there has to be a relationship. Read that, Cake or Tony.
I'm a great man, and I do what it takes to be a family man.
So listen, good. Okay, Snoop. But let's say this. I wholeheartedly believe in what Tony say, and I think nobody that I've heard say it better than Tony. There's nobody, woman or man, saying, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, I want to be this or be that, before the action of you showing me that you can be a good woman by you have to, for me to even consider you as a wife, I have to already see these traits being or these things being performed before me now, before I can
No,
say,
see. So if you see a woman, because in today's society, a lot of women already have children that these men are dealing with. And if not, they're dealing with someone who's young and in a career. So either way, if you see a woman who's grounded and focused and responsible, because that's what you're needing to look for is someone going, how do they treat people? Like these men, what you just said sounded like, I need to see that you're gonna cook for me.
I
Can
need to
you
see all of
see?
that. I need
But
to see all of that.
can you see that she cook? Because guess
No,
what?
no,
If she cook and provide for her family and you join the family, why would you not be included?
because I'm gonna say this, Kate. What you just said a few seconds ago was
Why would you not
it,
be included?
the same way that you're just trying to say that in order for a man to show that he's a good man, if a man has a house and a woman has a house because she's working and she pays her own bill until he comes along and take over her responsibility of paying her own bills, then
And
he
being
shouldn't be considered.
together and being
Hold on,
together.
no. If
Not I didn't I wasn't
until
saying
they Snoop
I
say, hold
wasn't
on, I'm trying to
saying
read that.
separate households.
Snoop says exactly, not just telling us they are good women. People speak and hold on. People speak and trick your mind by words. That was Snoop. Ashley said
Exactly.
Ashley says I would love to release my power and just cater to my man. The Spanish women didn't have to work. Preach, Juicy.
Listen, you know who fought to
Many
be able to.
times it's the man's fault. In most cultures, the men stay with the family. In our culture, most men aren't present in the family or
That's what I
being
said.
the proper example of manhood. And that is what I was saying. And,
I said that 20 minutes ago.
we all saying it. And what my point is I did not say separate. I said in the home, Legacy.
I didn't say I'm not worried about you saying separate. What I'm saying this again is I can't see myself saying that I would want to marry a woman who thinks that is my responsibility and only mine to go outside, make a check, especially in today's society. We're not in 1943. We're not in 1980. We're in 2024, where the inflation is through the roof, where the average income of a United States citizen in the United States of America with a high school diploma and some with a college degree only makes about $32,000 a year. And the
All of
type of lifestyle that
that.
most women want to live, we talking about our sisters that
Okay.
want to. Hold on, Cake, hold on. I heard you. Just hear me. The type of lifestyle that most of these women are speaking about, you can see it every day on the internet, that they want a person who has a six-figure income trying to live in a household, and they think that this man, in order for him to be considered as a man, is if he's paying all her motherfucking bills. And what that is considered to be is a leech bitch.
Pause. So why not? The other coaches you mentioned are doing it and doing it well. And aside from that, Legacy, the truth is hard in today's society.
It
No,
is.
the truth is that family you said they live over there, 5 men, 5 women in one home. So we gonna say $1,000 split 5 ways, maybe even 10, but 5 makes it happen. So in today's society, there is a way for that family, those 5 families, to have one person go out to work, and they probably all work for construction or something
Mm-hmm.
where they making their money and they bringing it all back and putting it together.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
teamwork. That's the
yes,
loyalty. Where
yes.
do you see that amongst men? Period. Black
Well,
men can't even live together as brothers without feeling jealous or trying to fuck their
did,
brother's
but I'm
girl.
lost, Cake, because you saying black
But
men
no,
can't
but
live together.
the truth is we can't have 5 black men with 5 sisters living in the same house like those Mexicans. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you the reason why would be one, because there's no trust. There's no
Exactly.
loyalty. And
Exactly.
this is the black race, the black
Mm-hmm.
families. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just the black women, it's the black people. And so the reason the women are is because the men are. The reason the men are is because the women are. And we can say the reason the men are is because the women raised them. But where were the men who should have been there raising them? This is a
Well,
cycle that
well,
constantly keeps happening.
I can tell you where they are. I can tell you
Where
where they
they
are.
are
I
is
can tell.
where they are. We're not going to do that.
No, but I can tell you why did it be? Why? How did it get like that? Because If we go
I
back,
understand that too, though.
okay, then so
We
we got to
talked about that.
we first have to accept the fact that the whole black structure family unit was destroyed from within by black women accepting housing.
Planned Parenthood.
Well,
Planned Parenthood.
I think it was destroyed a little deeper than that.
Come on, Kate. You can where was it then? Tell me the date so I can know.
No, I don't know the date.
Oh
But it
no, no,
has
but what
it
is it?
has
Tell
to
me so
do
that I can know.
listen. I don't even consider we hear just who you choose.
I don't know. No, but I don't understand what
So
you're trying to say in that.
so he's saying that there are men out here, it's just who you choose.
Okay, got you.
What this lady was saying, and like we were speaking as far as the video goes and how women are, what my point of it is the reason why men aren't experiencing what she is giving is because they're not giving what she received to be giving what she's given. Like you said, she's not just picking up somebody, she's picking up this person who has this caliber and this lifestyle, and he's offering it to her. Whether she's working or not, he's still providing a space for her to be comfortable enough to do. And men do not provide that space for women. If they're providing it, how did Planned Parenthood destroy the black family?
I can answer that. I can answer that. Planned Parenthood destroyed the black families because when they created Planned Parenthood, and you notice they're only in the black communities. Planned Parenthood said, we're going to give you this, if he's not in the house. Because if you think back in the 60s and early 70s, the black family, the unit was a husband, wife, and their kids. Daddy was in the house. Because I remember plenty of times the mama said, boy, you better do right. Wait till your daddy come home. Because he was coming home. Daddy lived in the house. But
so
when Planned Parenthood was created, they said, we're going to give you these benefits, this money, this check, this housing, this whatever. But he can't be in the house. We're taking care of you and your kids, not you, your kids, and your man. So guess what these women said? Well, damn, I could be independent without him and have all this, and the government is going to give me this, a handout. So guess what? They started doing it without him. So that's how Planned Parenthood destroyed the black family.
And even deeper than that, they had this household, like you said, man, woman, child, and the man had to go out and work. And inflation kept happening, taxes kept raising, so the need for more money kept being, so the hours kept needing to be made. And Planned Parenthood start being in the ear saying, you don't need but certain amount of children because you can't afford to take care of more. So they started encouraging birth control. They started encouraging abortions. They started regulating and offering to the women and young women who weren't married how to have family planning. And in their family planning, the design eliminated the role of the black man because the black man started needing to be out there working. And while the black man was out there working, and I love you, Tony, but while the black man was out there working, the white man was taking advantage of the black man to give the black man more money. So the black man then started turning and not respecting and liking the woman because he was tired of being abused. Because now he got to come and act like he's something different when what he's doing is something one of the two.
Right.
So it's a lot deeper than what we really want to really talk about.
I'm
and
gonna say
it's not just the black man or woman. It's us, and we got to make a choice to do and treat each other different.
I'm gonna say this too to attach to both of y'all. With both, and Tony, one of the things you said is that how Planned Parenthood is in side of the black family structure and in our communities. The reason Planned Parenthood is and was as strong as it was is like how Juicy said they wanted to control the birth rates of black families, because the pure agenda behind that was they knew that by 2045 that the white race of people would be the minority and the blacks and brown people would be the majority.
Amen.
So this is why Planned Parenthood is not in white communities, because they want white women to have. Hold on, read that because I can't see.
It's a number of factors that we can look at that cause the destruction of black families. It
But
is.
hold
It's
on,
a
hold
lot of
on.
numbers.
But let me address this. Let me address this too, and I'm finna tell this gentleman something. If you go back and look from 1947 to 1996, there was not one race of people in the United States of America that were more married than black men and women. Black men and women were the most married race of people inside of the United States of America until and Planned Parenthood was definitely still there, and housing and stuff was definitely. But this is when women really started looking at the fact of, especially our sisters, that we don't need a man here. And the one thing about a man is, I'm a man. All men who thrive to be a man. What I mean by that, wants to be a provider, protector, a leader. In order for you to get that from that man, he needs to feel wanted. If a man, and most men would tell you, if a man does not feel wanted or needed in his household, he tends to find someone who do make him feel wanted and needed. So this is why they say, and that's something, Tony, you and I heard Cake said about me, that when it came to, choosing and dealing with women, that I always seem to find the broken woman. And I always seem to be able to build them back up to be better. And then I still end up not want to, or end up with them. But this is because I guess you could say they needed me.
It's called codependency.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'd be codependent upon them because I don't.
You don't.
Oh.
Don't. They're codependent on you, and the syndrome of that is that's what you like. Psychologically, you like and seek someone to have a codependency for you. That makes you feel needed. That gives you a sense of worthiness. That's technically an issue.
But that's the thing. It's not that. I guess you could say that. But for me, is I love to see people in a uplifting spot in life. Even if that's just something. If I see somebody broke down or hurt, I automatically want to see them. I wish you could see this, but the light is behind it. But listen, I want to respect my neighbors, y'all, and it's getting to that point. This is, for me, it's been a real great show tonight, and I want to go ahead and we can get ready to close out. Y'all cool with that tonight?
Hold on, let me just say this one thing, and then you can go ahead and close out. To add to the Planned Parenthood thing, Angers. Back when I worked at home, Walmart, and I told this story once before. I remember one time working in the money center, which is where they cash the checks and everything. That's a black people bank, the money center. So black people don't bank. But I remember working in the money center, and I remember these girls. It was three or four girls, teenage girls. They must have been like 13, 14, 15, and 16. I think two was pregnant, or one was pregnant, two had babies, and the fourth one, they arguing at her like, girl, why you ain't got your baby yet? Oh, you can't get so and so to get you pregnant? Girl, you better give him that pussy. Da, 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 da. And it was almost like a game that, girl, I get my house and, I got approved last week and da, da, da. I ain't got to be at my mom's house no more. And they're like 13, 14, 15, and 16. They're all minors, but it was such a thrill for them to be able to say, I got a baby and I got my own shit, my own house, and my own independence, because they knew that the key to getting my own shit was having a baby. So it wasn't even about having a husband or a family. It was just about having a baby. And it didn't matter who pregnated her, just as long as I get pregnant, that's the key.
And you know, generation after generation, what's instilled in the woman changes, but the need never changes. And so that young lady, what she probably experienced in her life growing up was the struggle of her mom, the struggle of having a place. So she knew that what she needed to do in order to be stable and secure was to secure her a place. So that was her mission, her goal. Now, had the lifestyle been a mother and father raising her together and having a foundation, then her mindset would have been a whole different thought process.
Exactly.
So who do we fault that?
But we really can't fault a man or the woman. We really need to be coming together as a race of people, and instead of voting for more oppression, we need to be coming up with a class suit against the oppressed. How we are oppressed. Like, we want retribution for how our ancestors were treated. But this is what the treatment of our ancestors have been and how it's helped us, how it's affected us. Slavery and the need, when they were united, that struggle right then created the need to survive on both man and woman. Yes, we can love. Yes, we can come together. We can be there for each other. But at the same time, you better run as fast as you can.
Well, I'm gonna say this too, Kate. Before we get out of here, I know we've been saying it.
Well, I want to say before we get out, especially to you, I wasn't saying that you have an issue. I was saying that according to the books, that codependency, those are things listed as traits to have, like something that should be worked on in order for you to not be hurt by people. It could be a whole lot of different reasons why that would be worked on. It doesn't mean it's something bad that you're doing. You're having a compassionate, you're having an empathy for people, you're wanting to do, but at the same time, that's what stimulates you to do. And instead, it can also hurt you. So what you would need to do instead of that is do things to make you feel good other ways, like if basketball is it, if going to the gym, getting your kids, instead of giving to the woman, give to the children. You know, those things where you will still be getting and receiving, but it'll be for your benefit instead of for you feeling like, dang, I did that again and I got shitted on. You know.
See, but that's the thing though, Kate. I've never felt like I've been shitted on. I've always felt like when that came to an end, then it was just on to the next job.
There was a post on Facebook and it had asked, it said, if you dated a woman, y'all were married, and you took her out, you did all these things that we speak of, and then she says she doesn't want to be with you anymore, would then your next relationship you be hesitant on doing that for her because you learned that, oh, I can't do this for this person because that, or would you still be the same person and be as you are and treat your relationship as you choose to treat them, whether they leave or not? How would you do?
I'll still be the same person.
Yeah, I'm the same person.
You're supposed to be.
I'm the same person. I don't, and this is what I tell people. For me, I look at life like this. Life is entirely too short for me to hold my love and the person that I am from somebody else that who will potentially or can potentially come into my life and be what I am to them, to me. So yeah, people harbor on to things that or hold on to things that have hurt them in their past, and then they carry it on to their next relationship because, oh, I ain't gonna let nobody hurt me like that again. You keep holding all that hurt inside, and you're gonna constantly keep people for who's supposed to be coming into your life because you're not ready to receive love because you're scared of being hurt. So if somebody misused me, the next person ain't gonna. I mean, I ain't finna carry that along to me to the next relationship because that came to an end. That ain't the person that did it to me.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna always be legacy. I'm gonna always be the happy-go-lucky person. That journey just came to an end.
You know, there are a lot of people who can't differentiate that difference, and they take the hurt from one, and it just adds on and adds on, and that's what keeps the relationship from being what it could be. Tony, when you were saying these women have these men, but then these men turn out. Juicy, you said because of slavery, we came together because of our need to survive. My question is, what do we think must or will happen for us to come together to survive? Ooh.
I got something for it. I'm gonna tell you what has to happen. I'm gonna address two things, and most of the times that I've seen in the black household, I see, and this ain't no disrespect to my sisters, but I see black women telling their daughter, "Fuck a man, get a degree, get you a job, get your own money." And I've seen in other nationalities where these women are teaching their women to cater to their man, get married, and then build. We're taught individually that a nigga is to get his bag, and women are taught that fucking nigga get a bag. The reason, the thing that has to happen is there's gonna be a time because most women, especially our black women out here saying, I'm independent, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. When that time comes, Mr. Andrews, where this war breaks out in America, and women who can't defend themselves, who scared to kill, who don't know what it takes to be able to take someone's life from them, is attacked, they're going to run back to the black man for protection. And by that time, the disdain that black men will have in their mouths for black women, and it's starting to happen as we see it every day. Black men will not protect at an alarming rate like they used to. And there's this disdain of black women in their mouths because they're being told we don't need a man, we don't need a man. That is what it's gonna take for black women to realize that they need a man. There's gonna be a violent war. These other nationalities are gonna start raping, pillaging, and killing our women. And this is gonna be the time when they realize that they needed a black man in their lives.
I want to say something, and this is the hope for the hope of the black man, because you know I think we need these black men, and it's sad because what you said, I have given my children opportunities or examples of men, friends, family, whomever, to be men, and my daughter has, through experience, by just observation, watching these so-called men, no matter how much I say to her, you should love, cater, and respect and lift up and combine and get with a man and like grow and do, she thinks, nah, I need to secure my bag first. I need to make sure that I'm grounded and I can then match with someone, because if I don't have my own, these men ain't good enough to depend on. These men will shit on you. And just as you say, watch when the war break out, we already being shitted on, Legacy.
No, I ain't talking about this little light work. I ain't talking about this little light shit. I'm talking about when you're being attacked.
I get what you're saying. So these black women, it's crazy because they're falling for the white men. They're falling for the Asians. They're falling for the Hispanics. They're falling for other races too. and it's becoming a big melting pot.
Hold on, listen. We gotta definitely close out because we're over and over and over in time. But maybe we could do a part 2. Anthony,
Hold
those
on,
teenagers,
Kate, read this right here right quick and then go on and do what you got to do, Tony.
those teenagers was raised on survival, not love. Poor teenagers. That's true. So yeah, we might have to do a part 2 on this topic because I mean we could go on and on and on. Angry says, I think the thoughts the black men and women think of each other will change. We will come together because our degrees and jobs will not matter anymore. I agree, Angris.
Now, I agree with that. And I don't think it will be a matter of they won't be there to protect us. I believe they're going to look and see, oh, you're here. Ain't nobody else on this side. So we got to protect each other. Eventually, teamwork is going to be the dream work. I believe in that. I believe we're going to be united.
I need Angris and Snoop, if y'all can, reach out to me, either text me or call me. I want to do an interview. I've been doing interviews featuring great men. And you two seem like you're great men, great dads, great father figures, great husband material. So I would love to interview each of you individually, like maybe a 15-minute video. But reach out to me. Go ahead.
You had one more video that you had showed me. Hey, sis.
I have several videos, but I can show them on the next show.
Hey, but we're gonna go on and get out of here tonight, man. I really do. I want to give a heartfelt, warm heart, love, everything to Mrs. Sonia. No, the lady that passed away, her family.
Oh.
I really wish we could turn back the hands of time and have an opportunity to prevent this man, this monster, this motherfucker from taking this lady's life. I'm really hurt behind this because it just makes me think about someone coming to my mama, my sister's on here house, and my grandmama, my auntie, and taking a life from them. And the worst thing that could be done to him is, him going to jail. That's hurtful, and I'm sorry that your family have to endure that. I know my brothers and sisters on here agree with me in this matter. This world is really almost unbearable. The way that our government allow for these officers to do things like this. But thanks, Mr. Eldris, Snoop, Ashley.
Young men are thought it's cool to be a player or pimp. Young men are taught that it's cool to be a player or a pimp.
I don't know when you sent that out, Miss Ashley, but we read it, but we closing out because you'll start another whole hour, and I ain't giving it.
I'm here. We can talk. We can talk. No,
yeah, y'all can talk backstage.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday on the ATL show. You can check me out for all your homeopathic and healing needs on enliventoyou.com. On Facebook, Miss Juicy, Instagram, Miss Beautiful, and TikToks. It's actually changed, but
again,
yeah, I just didn't update it. And Bigo, Juicy, and then you can hit me up on my email, winning@persevere.com.
Okay, so for those that want a after dark, after hour show, Tony will put a link in to where y'all can go backstage and Dawa with Cake. Legacy gets off when this shit right here signs off. So you won't have Legacy's opinion. And y'all are gonna get some very informative information behind the scene with Cake.
Don't talk to me for the after hour show. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. Listen, it was a long day today, and we came
Yes.
on for the show.
Yes. But most likely Thursdays we have enough energy to do backstage. But if you're strong enough to do backstage, that means you're strong enough to do first page where we go live. And so we're gonna go ahead and bring out the man that makes it possible outside of God for us to be on this in this ATL world and these ATL streets. Pain in my side. I'm talking about a thorn, not just a motherfucking pain. I'm talking about a thorn the size of a sword in my side every day. But I wouldn't want to pull it out for nothing in the world. We'll pull it out one day when we have to put him in the casket one day, long time from now. I'll pull it out then. But my big brother.
Rebuke.
No, somebody died when they said that last time. We ain't doing that today.
Okay.
But my big brother, AB, let him know.
Yes. I'm Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. Also, you can reach me for show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, or whatever. You can reach me at my email at theanthonybrown@gmail.com, or you can text or call me at 561-768-3710. You can also follow my Facebook page as Anthony the Writer. On Bigo, I'm Anthony the Notary. I ask that you follow me on my Patreon page. You can go to www.notarypublic101.org for all of your notary courses and lessons, and teach you how to take your notary public business to the next level. You know how to scale your business. You can follow me there. And words that I live by, and so should you, is you got to grind until you shine.
All right. We appreciate you, big brother, for allowing us to have this platform. And y'all know who I am. I'm the one and only Mr. Legacy the Great. You can reach out to me on Facebook up on the Audrine Williams. YouTube, you can reach out to me at Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. For business purposes only, you can reach out to me pertaining to if you're locked outside your vehicle in the Palm Beach and Lee County, in the Palm Beach area and the Lee County area. If you're locked outside of your car, you know you need to get in. As long as you got your ID to show proof that who you are, I'll help you get in there. And also, we need emotions, anything dealing with court activities, you having problems with kids, mom, father, having custody or getting your rights that you need to be able to be the complete parent that you were born to be. You have any problem with disability, different things like that, hit me up at 561-907-9129. Power of attorney, things of that nature. Trust me, me and my brother, we definitely got you covered. You can't get me at that number. You can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. And y'all know what I live by and I grind by. Tell them cake, let them know.
ATL.
Say it louder. I need to hear you. Say it louder. Fuck Donald Trump. Say it louder. Fuck Donald Trump.